This city knows something about resilience. It relishes its celebrations because it has suffered its losses. The darkness informs the light. 300 miles away, another city understands. "256 days ago, Tuscaloosa's darkness descended. Not by water, but by wind. A mile-wide path of fury, an unholy roar of cloud. In its wake, a good part of the city was leveled, flattened, erased. And then that same city followed a simple example. It began to rise, like a tide. On a far smaller scale, in a far simpler way, so has its team. Incomparable, but somehow meaningful. Insignificant, yet some way important. 65 days ago, Alabama lost its only game of the season. Made mistakes, wasted opportunities. They were beaten. And then they followed a simple example. They began to rise, like a tide. Their crest came tonight, beating the only team that beat them, grasping the prize that lay before them, reclaiming the title that will now define them. There's a driven coach and a hammer-headed runner and a mallet-hearted defense. There's a houndstooth hat and a crimson helmet. There's a tide. For a school and for a city, for a tragic day and for a celebrated night, for rebuilding and for remembering. There's a tide. It beats on. It beats all.
Galvanizing force for that community, and Saban talked about it, guys, post-game, providing hope and spirit for the people in Alabama. Desmond and Kirk, what are your lasting thoughts about this game or this team?
Well, first, what a dispirited way for LSU to finish their season. They just didn't finish, but what a great win for Alabama. Dominated all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams. Nick Saban and his staff did a tremendous job preparing their guys for this game. I thought it was just a dominating performance. Hats off to the Crimson Tide.
Your coach won at a famous speech, the team, the team, the team. That's exactly what this was. Just an incredible team performance with Alabama being able to take control of this game early. The preparation of 44 days, Nick Saban and Jim McElwain, the offensive coordinator, taking advantage of that. They put together a great game plan. Jim McElwain putting A.J. McCarron in a position to be aggressive and attack. And then, of course, with Nick Saban, the way they were buttoned up. LSU, Jordan Jefferson said we didn't finish drives. They didn't get any drives started. That was complete domination.
Right. Totally deflating way to end what had been an historically good season for LSU. You said it, bold, aggressive, but almost flawless. No turnovers, one little penalty late in the game, which meant nothing, and very few, if any, mistakes.
Very well prepared.
As they say down here, let the good times roll tide. Alabama, second time in 3 years, national champs.